at sold-out Everbank Stadium in downtown Jacksonville. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10. And they're on the 24-yard line.
Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. And he's going to have the Broncos first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
When you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. Man open, he's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He had 6 catches in the wild card win, and that's his first one here in the divisional round, and it's a first down.
First down, Broncos.
Nix going to give to Hardy. Try! And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 45 yards for him already. An excellent drive to kick off this divisional round matchup. That might be an understatement.
It's a gain of 35. And the Broncos
off the bootleg. Here's Nix. On the RPO hook. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Right side caught by Jackson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Lawrence changing the play. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. His throw complete right side to the tight end Parham. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll get this out to Tootin. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Second and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Lawrence will throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
The Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Now Lawrence to throw. That's complete. He's got Tootin. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Lawrence. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He was brought down by Foyesade Oluokun. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, he felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And Mr. Reliable shows those legs again here in the playoffs.
And what do coaches tell us all the time? In the playoffs, the team that runs the football well will win the game and ultimately be a champion. They're trying to prove that fact today.
Setting the tone. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on.
So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30.
Here's Lawrence. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he will slide to a halt at the end of that one.
A gain of 4 yards. That's good for the Jaguars. First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now Lawrence. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Got his man. It's Parham. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence finds Tootin out of the backfield. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Hey, you might do me a favor? Can you move his cup out the way? I can't see the edge thing. Thank you.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
All right, wait over there.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Lawrence going to fire it out wide, complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Decent run, maybe hoping for a little bit more. It does, though, set up 3rd and manageable.
And every play that's run, if it's blocked perfectly and executed perfectly, it's set up.
And they'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Bashal Tootin taking it in from a yard out. And the Jaguars have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. With a juke. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
To throw, here's Nix. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
He gets this into the hands of Harvey. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Nix to the air. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Joshua Hines-Allen. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Here's Nix. Got a man here, it's Bryant. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. R.J. Harvey, 25 yards. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Now for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Next the score, Broncos 21, Jaguars 7.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Out of his hands quick to Jackson. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
Tootin will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Oh, but he's going to be met behind the line and taken down. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
It's 3rd down and goal to go.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Bashal Tutin as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And after all that, they're going to start out with unbelievable field position on the return.
Cam Little, the kickoff for the Jaguars.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So that flag will set him back 5 yards. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing Nix. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now. That's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
To throw is Nix. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
Now it's Nix. That is caught by Bryant. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
Brings up second and goal.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Third down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete. Touchdown! Donald Parham. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Lawrence and the Jags offense staying out there. They'll go for 2 here.
The Jaguars will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jahdae Barron.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try to make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the handoff, Harvey. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 142 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
First down, back to Harvey. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Looking to throw. Nix. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. They'll go for a gain of 7. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And his kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Barton, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He'll get just a yard on the scramble at 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Lawrence. That is caught by Hunter. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Over the middle, he gets it to Hunter. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. From the 20, here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now, we all know that an offense coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. Over the middle is complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Now Lawrence to throw. Touchdown Jaguars! From 6 yards away. And the Jags have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted a tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, 4th quarter. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run straight ahead with Harvey. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Nix from the shotgun. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the game starts. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. The Broncos send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
2nd and 6. Lawrence. Thomas brings it in. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
We'll get this to about the 38.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now 2nd and 5. Keep leaning on the run again. Back to the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Short gain last two plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Throwing now, Lawrence. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jahdae Barron. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Open man right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11.
Oh, what a time for a lapse defensively. That turns this game right on its ear. And now, forget about going fast. They might want to take the air out a little bit and force the defense to use some timeouts.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Up the middle, it's Harvey.
And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Here's 2nd down.
Back to throw. Nix. This will be caught at about the 6. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. 3rd down.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. This is going to be caught. He got it. It's a touchdown, and forget overtime. Barring a miracle, they're going to win this thing in regulation. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Jaguars 27. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick 1st down.
Here's first down. Lawrence. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down one, is tempted to go for two. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. You see some fans are holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Cam Little with kickoff for the Jaguars.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
Well, what a game this has been, and now it'll take overtime to decide who goes on to the AFC title game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they scored first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
A 3 and out could really hurt here in this opening drive of overtime. Big third down coming. Now Lawrence now going to move him around. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Well, that's how you convert on third down with an explosive gain of 34.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 33. Now they'll run on the ball. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Playoff football at its best. Remember, a touchdown on this drive isn't a game winner as they work on second down here. right side here going to be incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Now Lawrence. That is caught. And this is a touchdown. Now it's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Jaguars 41, Broncos 34.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, good return up past the 30.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And CD, the pressure is on here. Only a touchdown on this series will prevent their season from coming to an end right here, right now.
And this is why the postseason overtime rules will change, partner, to afford teams an opportunity to respond in this type of a situation, because in the past, this game would already be over, and the losing team would be making off-season plans. Now they've earned their way into a postseason. They do get a chance to answer after the other team scores first.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Nervous time now, moving the chains, an absolute must. Here's third down. Here's Nix.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, here we go. Now it's gut check time. They need to convert here to keep the series and their season alive.
And obviously, this is their biggest snap of the season. And across the line of scrimmage, how about that defense? They feel exactly the same way, and they know they're one stop from celebrating a win themselves.
A stop here is a game winner in overtime. Here comes fourth down. They're going. It's Nix.
Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it.
Picked off by Travis Hunter.
Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
This is where the new rule comes into effect. In past years, this game's over. They've got a chance, though, to match touchdowns now. It's first down. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 149 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Nix to the air.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that will pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
This now in field goal range. It's a question of when you want to try it. Here's first down. A handoff. Here's Harvey. And out of bounds right around the 20.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
Second down and 4. They'll go play action with Nix. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Trayvon Walker just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. To throw, here's Nix. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On the sneak, it's Nix. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship. And now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.